Yo guys, about to hop on a meeting, free trial client version round two. I'm not sure if you guys remember the last video I posted, but that guy fell through. He just ghosted me straight up, and it's not like he just ghosted me, he ghosted everyone. At least all the ways that I can contact him online. Like, I tried messaging him, I tried calling him on multiple different phones, multiple different times. Nothing was working. So let's just see how this one goes, and hopefully it goes well, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so he just joined the meeting. Let's see what's happening. Hopefully we're able to get this, boys. Yep, I can hear you. There you are, I see you now. It's going good. How's it going for you? Good. I see you. I see you. Oh, do you got like a camera on the side? Is that how yours is set up? Oh, nice. That's a nice setup. That's a nice setup. So, is today busy? Do anything crazy today or? Wow, that's good of you. That's nice. Oh, that's really beautiful. That really is. I'm not 18 yet. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that. Do you know if I am? I'm 16 at the moment. Hmm. Oh yeah. I think I've donated blood a few times, but definitely not that often. I think maybe once in a while a blood drive. Um, but yeah. Oh man, there was something else. Oh, do you work out by chance? Yeah, I today is actually my rest day. So yesterday I had to hit legs. I think I hurt my right leg a little bit. Something went funny with my knee. You know how that knee pain is. It's always the knee pain, shoulder pain, always. But um, I'm pretty good with that stuff now. But that's good to hear. But if it's cool with you, I think let's get into things. I'm just gonna share my screen, show you basically how like the whole system works, and give you a bunch of knowledge that you can go and use. Alrighty, I'm just gonna share it. Just let me know if you're able to see it. Alright. Alrighty. Alrighty, cool. So basically, I know I kind of gave you a brief overview on the call, but I'm basically just going to show you the whole system that I've been kind of learning about, help some people implement, and show you how everything works. I'm not going to hold anything back. So if it's cool with you, let's just get straight into it. And yeah, so obviously, our goal here is one, we need to get people through the door. And we also want those people to be more high value people. All right, we don't want to be doing a bunch of 100, 200, $250 jobs because honestly, that's just going to be a waste of time as compared to when you could do a bigger job for 500 or 600, right? Right. So the main thing that stops people from buying is going to be trust, right? They're either not going to trust you, and they're going to think, oh, maybe he just wants to get some more money out of me, or maybe they just don't see the value in it yet, right? Maybe you offer to maybe you upsell them on some extra job while you're there, but they're like, I don't really need that done, you know? They don't know the real value behind it and the purpose of it. So this system that I'm going to show you is going to be acting as a solution to first get the leads, but then also enable you to upsell much, much easier than otherwise, previously in the traditional way. So obviously, step one is going to be we want to run proven ads, but this is easier said than done. So I actually went ahead and I broke it down for you. So if you want, you could like even take a screenshot of this, but um, this is essentially all you need to run ads. A lot of people overcomplicate it, but this is going to be the whole system. So all you're really going to do is a really good creative image. Your creative image is going to be what people actually see on Facebook, and you want that to blend into Facebook as much as you want. Have you ever, seen one of those really, really big billboards? Or have you ever seen like on Facebook, like those blatantly obvious ads? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So the issue with those type of ads is, yeah, they can work, but a lot of the time, you're not gonna actually, you're not gonna click on them because you already know it's an ad. Your brain is smart. You're already gonna know it's an ad. You're gonna be like, okay, they're just trying to sell to me. So the key with Facebook is you want to make sure your ads are as blended in to the Facebook ecosystem as possible. So the way we're going to do this is we're either going to do a before and an after, which just work really, really well because then people can actually see what it is. And sometimes, if you've ever seen those satisfying videos of like people, pressure washing and things like that, these type of ads, they aren't really standing out like this is an ad. It's just kind of a before and after picture, right? And the other sort of ad that I recommend running more is going to be a video sort of ad. So the video sort of ad is going to be very, very simple. You're just going to introduce yourself, and you're going to bring the viewer in with a strong hook. So maybe you're on top of a roof. That's unexpected, right? Maybe you call them out like, hey, do you live in Strongsville? Do you live wherever you're servicing? Right? It's going to call them out. It's going to bring their attention. Maybe you have like a big pressure washer and like you're showing it near the camera or something to like kind of scare them or like hook them in, something unexpected. That's where you're going to want to pull them in. And after that, you're going to want to just explain your process, right? You're going to tell them why you do each step of what you do. You're going to, okay, so we're going to use this type of soap or this type of bleach or, this type of whatever solution you use to make sure that we do this. And you're going to keep telling them why you do things so that they understand it. And then obviously, the next thing that we need to do when we're talking about an ad is actually give the people an offer because every ad you see has an offer in it. And people aren't going to buy if they don't see some sort of value in it, right? If you just have like a regular price thing and you know how ads work, of course, right? So, so we're gonna have an offer, and one super simple offer that I recommend running is just whatever month it is or whatever season it is. Then you can just say special, and then you can either just do like a house wash or a driveway wash, and then you want to call out the location name as well. So I kind of outlined that right here, but basically season, special, whatever the service is, and then you're going to call out their location to make it more personalized to them. And that's where you're really going to call the offer. So in your ad, you're going to be like the summer special house wash for, the Northeast Ohio, for the Ohio, for whatever state or, whatever you're going to service. Um, the next part of the ad is going to be the actual body of it. So that's going to be the more text part of it, like the bigger chunk. And this isn't that important. It's still important, but it does not have that much importance. But essentially, you're just going to show the benefits of what you're doing. So, you're going to address the pains, address the benefits. You're going to be like, we're going to use the soap so that your house looks a lot better. It's going to make your house last a lot longer. Your driveway's going to be clean. You're not going to have to do it for a while. It might save you problems in the future. I do have some examples of that here and in these ads that I'll show you in just a second. Um, but that's basically what you want to do. If you have any testimonials or reviews, you also want to put that here as well. The next part of the ad is going to be the CTA. So the CTA is just a fancy way of saying the button that you press. So I gathered some example ads here, some that I put together, some that I thought would perform very, very well as well. So if you look at all these ads, they all have almost the same thing. They have some sort of special house wash, then they have this sort of ad copy. So if you look at this one, all it's saying is, it sucks that you have to go clean the house, but you can rather let us do it because we're going to do a great job and it's going to be a lot better and we're going to save you a bunch of hassle. That's essentially what that's going to look like. And then at the bottom, we're just going to put the name of the special. We're going to have the send message or contact us button here, and that's going to be it. So that's how the ads work. Does that all make sense? I know I just threw a lot at you. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, so I don't need to go into as much detail with you obviously since you've experienced in this, but the fact that you are in Ohio, are you in Ohio, correct? Yeah, okay. So I'm up in Strongville where it's a little bit colder, but it's practically almost the same weather. So yeah, this time of season obviously does get a little bit slower, but we can still definitely pressure wash. And to kind of address like the Google versus Facebook thing, I think your tech guy definitely has a point, right? So when people go on Google, they're obviously going to be high intent. So like if I went on Google and I looked up pressure washing, right? These are the first people who are going to come up. But here's the thing. When I look up pressure washing like this, hold up, give me one sec. All right. So if you look up pressure washing like this, right, you're gonna get these people here. And these people, they didn't have to pay to be up here. The only reason they're up here is because they have a lot of reviews, right? You can see it 200, 100, 1.1 thousand, and like you look at them, they all have 5 stars, right? So it's definitely possible to go on Google. But the one problem with Google is, yes, you can get ads on Google, and if you're good at them, they will definitely work. The only issue is to see results on Google. It actually takes anywhere from 2 to 4 months. I'm sure you've probably heard stories of guys getting results very very quickly. But the thing is to really dial in on Google, it'll take you 2 to 4 months and usually upwards of that because Google gives you a lot slower data to come back on, right? So because you have less data coming in and it's coming in a little slower and it's more expensive as well, you're not going to be able to adjust and see what you need to tweak as quickly, right? And the other thing with Google is if one of these pages was a sponsored ad, when I click on them, even if I accidentally click on them, you're still going to get charged for that, right? So if this guy paid for an ad, he's still going to get charged on it. And the final thing with Google is if you've ever tried SEO, I know SEO is a little bit off what we're talking about, but if you look at SEO, if you see these websites that are all the way at the top, right? So this one is Cleveland, Ohio pressure wash. They're literally right next to me, and it says in the name Cleveland, Ohio. That's the only reason why they're up here. But if you look at every other website that doesn't like directly say our like where I'm living near, it's going to be Angie's List, Thumbtack, and things like that. I'm not sure why they're not showing up now. Yeah, let me see if yeah, so here it is, right? So sponsored, all of these guys. It wasn't showing up on the other browser. Yeah, so yes, Google Guaranteed is going to be the top ones, and all these guys are going to be paying like 30 or 40 bucks per click, and not all of them are going to convert either. So that's why I think Google is good if you're very good at it and like you already have like years and years of experience in it. But I think Facebook is a lot easier to get into, and with Facebook, you're able to see results quicker. The Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel you. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the insight too. But yeah, the only reason I like Facebook is you're kind of able to catch people behind before they're already looking for other options. But I think you get the point as well. So I just wanted to kind of give you that info and my take on it. So when we run the ads, the one difference that I want to do with pressure washing is instead of sending them to a website or a landing page, are you familiar with landing pages? Yeah. Wow. Man, you've done everything. Where do you work? Mhm. Okay. That's Wow. Wow, that's a long time. Oh my God. Okay. So, obviously, I just kind of mentioned landing pages, but instead of sending the leads to a landing page, what we're going to do is we're going to get them to message us through Facebook Messenger. And the reason we like to do this is because it's more authentic almost, although they know it's most likely a bot conversation. It feels a lot more authentic than going to a website, filling out a form, hitting submit, than when you're talking to someone or you're talking to something and you can kind of text back and forth and get the information real quick, right? So we're going to send them to Facebook Messenger and we're going to collect the info. So you can just take a picture of this. It's just like pretty basic. You can like look at it later. Um, but basically, this is the steps we're going to do. We're going to ask to make sure that they're interested, and we're going to be like, okay, you clicked on this because you're interested. Um, you know, and then we're just basically going to Oh yeah. So what we're going to do from there is we're just basically going to, ask them some basic information about them. We're going to be like, okay, where you live, you are interested, correct? And then we're going to get their phone number. once we get their phone number, we want to get them off of Facebook as fast as possible. We want to get them to where you're texting back and forth. So by the time we get their phone number, this is all going to be automated, and we're going to like send them a message saying, "Hey, this is Brian with Rubber City Pressure Washing." And then once you're ready, we're going to send you a notification. And by this point, you're going to know that they've come in the door, but we're still going to try and collect some more information there. It's just basically the information that you would need to kind of move forward so you have a little bit of background on them. But essentially, messenger, information, get their phone number. Um, so this is going to be where this starts to really differ from some other things that you might have seen in the past. So I'm going to assume you've used some sort of like CRM in the past, or you at least know what it is. Yeah. Yeah, and you already know you're too far ahead. Okay, you got it then. All right, so the one that we use is Go High Level. Have you heard of them? Yeah, there you go. I don't have it branded, so um yeah. I'm on the lowest tier right now, I'm not that big either. So but basically, yeah, we're gonna basically put them into Go High Level, set up those automations. We're either gonna use the Go High Level calendar or like Calendly or any other calendar. Do you use a calendar by chance? Okay. Yeah, so Go High Level has their own calendar as well. It looks the exact same as Calendly's, so we're just going to use that. Show them when you're open, let them book a time. After that, like we're just going to send them a link. So here's the thing: after they book a time, right? So after we got their like phone number and everything, and like they're a little warmer, it feels like they're texting someone. We're going to get them to book a time, and right after they book a time, we're going to have a booking confirmation page. But on this page, we're going to have a video, and this video is going to be of you explaining what you're actually going to do when you get to the job. So this is one. It's going to do two things. It's going to build trust with them, first of all, because now they're actually going to see your face. They're putting a face to a name. They're like, okay, this guy exists. He actually cares about me a little bit. He's taking the time to make a video. So they're already going to trust you because you have the authority. You seem like a pro. Plus, they actually see your face now. You're not just a number on the phone, right? You're also going to actually, the third thing is you're actually going to explain to them what you're going to do. So they're going to see the value. So one thing I like to clarify is on these videos, you don't want to just tell them what you're going to do. You're going to tell them, we're going to use this solution to do this for this reason. All right. So then they're like, okay, that's why he's using it. This is why it's valuable to me. If you just tell them that we're cleaning the house, they're not really going to know. They're going to, okay, house isn't clean, house is clean. They're not going to see it. But if you tell them, it's going to protect it in the future, it's going to save you a bunch of time and money in the future, that's when they're going to understand, okay, you know what, it's worth paying this guy more to make sure I get the best service. Um, so this same video is actually going to be sent to them with an SMS and email as well. So we're going to SMS them, we're going to email them after they book. These are just some example texts that we made. But essentially, it's going to be, you just text them like, hey, we did it. Here's the video that we made. I highly recommend watching it. And then same thing in the email. Well, it's going to be for text and email. And this is what you're going to basically go through in the video. It's the same thing I just explained here. And for the second video, then we're going to send this to them 1 or 2 days later, or maybe just a day before the actual service happens. And this video, we're going to show them a house that you did so that they see, okay, he's done a house. We're going to tell them the review that you did, or like the review that you got of the person. So ideally, you want to do a customer who's left a review or who's like at least willing to say, this guy did a great job for me. And we're going to tell them, we're going to introduce an upselling chance in here. So what we're going to do is you're going to talk about the house. So let's say you pressure washed the house, you did their driveway and their like house wash. You're going to say the customer thought we did such a great job, boom, 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 get their testimonial. And then what we're going to do after that is you're going to explain why you did one of the jobs that you want to upsell to. So maybe, you like driveway cleaning is a higher ticket item for you or whatever it is. You're going to talk about that item. And in the video, we're going to talk about why it's important to do it, why it's not important, same idea as before. And we're going to offer them a little bit, we're going to give them a little offer in that video if they watch it, which they can then talk to you about, right? So the way we would phrase it is going to be something like, we did this house and we did driveway washing for them. The reason we did it is for X, Y, and Z to protect them from X, Y, and Z so that in the future they don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z. Now, I want to make sure the same thing happens for you. So as a thanks for watching this video, if you mention the offer to me when we actually meet, I'd be happy to give you, 10% or 15% off of this job for you, right? So it's going to do two things. It's going to explain to them why it's important, why they want to get it done, and it's also going to incentivize them more to be open to the upsell, right? Because you losing 10 or 15% on that upsell is a very justified sacrifice when you're going to be able to get an upsell that's worth a lot more money in the first place, especially on a job that might have only been worth, two or 300 bucks at first. That could now be worth, 600 bucks or 500 bucks, 700 bucks. Do you know what I mean? So obviously you are going to be taking a little hit, but it's going to be making getting the upsell on more people a lot easier because people are going to be willing to do it a lot more. So um, obviously I kind of just explained that over here. You're going to be able to turn the $200 job into a $500 job one, and then obviously everybody likes referrals. So if they do give you two referrals, you can tell them. We're going to ask for we're going to give them a small discount in exchange, and obviously the way we want to do this referrals is a little different than what you might have seen in the past. Instead of just getting some of their phone number, we're actually going to get them to add you to a group text between the person, right? And what this is going to do is it's going to establish a lot of trust. I probably said the word trust 100 times here, but trust is one of the biggest factors. So when people group text, when they add you to a group text, remember how I accidentally added you to one of the groups? Sort of similar to that. So, you service John. You're like, John, you give me a referral, I'll give you a little discount. And then John adds you to a group chat with John, Marissa, and you. And now John can even introduce you, be like, hey, Marissa, this is Brian. He just did my pressure washing for me. He's a great guy. He did a really good job. You should totally get it considered. And obviously, Marissa's going to be a lot more inclined because it's not like you're just messaging her out of the blue. She's like, okay, John is actually connecting me to this guy like in a group chat. She can't even be mean to you as well, right? She can't just tell you to get out in front of her friend, which might be a little bit naughty, but it's we got to do what we got to do. Um, and then obviously with Go High Level, we got the review automation at the end. Have you ever used that before, like the reviews thing on Go High Level? All right, so I'll give you a real quick breakdown in a minute. So basically, after you're done, how did I get into this? So it's actually a funny story. So I used to play a lot of video games in the past. And after I kept playing those video games, one day it was like a realization just struck me in the head. I was like, what am I doing? I'm playing these games. I'm not bettering myself. I'm not really doing anything. I'm kind of just sitting here, not doing anything. So I got kind of mad at that, like I wasted so much time. So I decided I wanted to get into copywriting because that's what I saw online at the time. So I actually do copywriting now for a couple clients online. We recently did like 100K in a webinar for like some info product, and we're doing some other high ticket coaching stuff that I'm helping them with as well for a couple other clients. So that's what I was doing. But what I thought was, I already have those skills, and I'm already, doing that pretty well. And in the process of learning those skills, I learned a lot about funnels, Go High Level, CRMs, and like copywriting, marketing ads, Facebook, everything. So I was like, okay, why don't I apply this knowledge to something close to me, close to home? So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I don't want to try and help some massive companies. Let me try and help people in my local area. So I stumbled upon, I chose a niche. I went through that whole process, and I was like, okay, let's settle on pressure washers. I think pressure washing is pretty cool, and I think I can help them as well. So that's how, after a lot of searching and circling up and down, I landed on pressure washers, and that's how I landed up here with you. If that kind of, I'm not sure if that answers everything, but So, to be fully transparent with you, I've not worked with anyone in the pressure washing space particularly, but these are the concepts that I've once studied and learned from other people who have done it successfully. And they're also concepts that I've kind of gained and understood from the clients I work with in the online space. So, especially this idea of, nurturing a lead and, sending them videos and keeping them updated with like these offers and upsells, making them easier. That's something I learned from working with people online in the high ticket coaching space. As for this space where it's kind of this is stuff that I've learned just from, going through the internet, going on the Facebook ad library, seeing what works, like kind of funnel hacking people, seeing what they're doing, and kind of merging it all into one. Oh yeah. hmm So, what I've done is I went onto Facebook and I created like mock-up ads for a couple of these. So, this one, and this one are all mock-up ads. These two are ones that I pulled off because they fit the criteria and they were very similar. And I know these ads work just from actually talking to the guy as well. Um, so I know these ones definitely work. He was getting between $5 and $15 cost per lead on these, and I know these ones all follow the same sort of structure. Our meeting is about to end in a minute here, so if you want to just rejoin on the same link, we can continue. But yeah, I made three of these, and then these two were pulled off because they were similar. I didn't ask into that, just because, um, that's how much he's spending on ads, and that's really just dependent on how far he wants to scale. But based off what he said and what everyone else has said, and it's online from what I've seen as well, the cost per lead is between, $5 to $15, with anything below $10 or $11 being a pretty good, if you're below $10 or $11, those are the sweet spot ads. Yo, all right, guys, the meeting is going. All right, he's back. Hello? Yep, there we go. All right, we're back. Yeah. The other thing it could be is obviously, they're running ads in multiple places and they're more established. The other thing could be they probably have a long list of clientele that they've worked with in the past, and they're using their CRM to go just blast out people. So their emails, their SMSs on, we're having some sort of sale, or hey, it's that time of season again. And it's kind of like just, how contact lists work, right? It's like having a big list on your phone. You dial 100 people, 10 will pick up, 5 will help you out. It's kind of the same way. I think I think so. What you just kind of mentioned is practically exactly what we want to convey to those customers, right? We want to tell them, we don't want to just straight out say, perfect pressure washing is bad and all that stuff. But we want to imply that we are the same skill level, the same standard, and we do the same things, and we're going to give them better treatment. And the way we're going to do that is obviously we're going to have to get customers somehow. The only way we're able to get those customers is either going to be through that contact list or through the ads. And since we don't have a contact list at the moment, we're going to have to do ads, right? Or just word of mouth. But the thing that we can do differently in those ads to specifically capture those people is talk about those exact points in what you just mentioned. You know, we have to talk about how you have the same high quality equipment as the big guys. We do the same quality, if not better quality than the big guys. And we actually care about you as a person because unlike the big companies who have hundreds of customers, I'm going to be the one who's serving you. I'm going to be the one who's going to come out to your house, look at you eye to eye, and tell you what the best thing I can do for you is at a fair price. That isn't going to overcharge you, but it's going to be the price that is right for the job, and it's going to give you the quality that you're looking for. That's the way we need to frame it instead of just saying, we're the cheapest or like we can do it like the best. We have to tell them why. We have to tell them, we're authentic. We're not a big company. It's just going to be you and me. I'm going to come out there and do my best to give you the best work possible. That, yeah. I mean, copywriting is I lo- I love copywriting. I think it's a really cool thing to do. Um, I didn't know words were that powerful until I saw that literally everything around us is copywriting in some way or another. You're good. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And sorry if I just wanted to give you one other thing quickly. Um, if you've seen other companies, this just popped into my mind, but if you've seen other companies like, Perfect or any other big companies, a lot of the time, big companies, what they'll do is they will put themselves into a category of their own. I'm sure you're kind of familiar with this concept, but they have some sort of unique selling product or unique selling proposal or whatever it is, right? USP. Um, but that's what's going to separate them from us, right? Instead of, when you have Apple, right? Apple, you people usually ask, like, do you have an iPhone or like do you just have like an Android, right? But Android has so many categories in it. It's because Apple has made themselves a category of their own, right? The way I like to put it is you don't want to be like bananas, right? Whether the bananas are from Mexico or Puerto Rico or, India or wherever they are, bananas are bananas, all right? If you compare one to the other, you're just looking at what's cheaper, all right? Or what's like looks better, honestly, right? But if you're putting yourself as like, do you like apples or bananas? That's where the difference is. The pristine people, maybe they have like their own methodology that they talk about, right? Maybe like, we call it the pristine clean, or like they have the pristine package or perfect package, whatever it is, right? That's what's going to separate them from us. So we need to, another thing we can experiment with is making a unique selling proposition of our own, where it's like, the Rubber City Special. Obviously, I'm just spitballing some ideas here, but once we put more thought into it, put our copywriting brain to it, we can come up with something that makes it seem like it's our own special process and it's our own thing that matters. And it's you just can't compare it to everything else. Yeah. That's basically what I wanted to cover. With the board that I showed you, and basically that's the whole sequence. I hope I covered all your questions. Does everything make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. 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 I, yeah. Yeah. I think I think what you're saying, we could also kind of change the strategy or like the model what I showed you to fit that as well, right? So instead of, do you quote people in person, and then just do the job right after, or do you quote them and then set a time for the job? Yeah. 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 I mean, what we could do is we could like when they're setting appointments on your calendar, we could have them where, they just set a time for you to go out and actually give an estimate or quote. And then, you could set like the actual appointment from there on, so that, you see them in the eye face to face. They also get videos of you, which I think will just add to the trust factor as well. Um, yeah, so, if they get more videos of you, plus them actually seeing you face to face, I think it'll add to the trust so that when you show up again, um, you know, you'll be able to upsell it easier, or at least get them to maybe consider more jobs. Or, maybe from the time where they actually book in the time for the estimate, we send them the videos before they even see you for the first time. So when they get to the job, you already have some knowledge on I mean, sorry, they already have some knowledge on you, and they're already kind of more primed to understand, where you're coming from when you say, you can do this job and this job for them. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That, yeah. It's the power of a personal brand, right? So even with the Cage Lake, is was that how you say his name? Cage Lake? Oh, okay. Yeah, so with Gage Lake, he's basically embodying that, right? Because in the pressure washing niche, right? They're obviously in that pressure washing group. Gage Lake is kind of like that go-to guy you almost said, right? Like he's like, the guy. So, um, the reason he's doing this, it's not because he owns a company. It's because he is the face of the company, right? So, um, that's why companies have mascots as well, right? The reason they have mascots is it's like, okay, wow, it's actually, they're like Jake from State Farm or whatever it is, right? Like you get the point I'm getting at, right? If we present you as more of the face of the brand, like, hey guys, it's Brian from Rubber City Power Washing, instead of just saying, come to Rubber City Power Washing, like Perfect and all the other people, that's going to be your advantage because people are going to see your face, they're going to trust you, like you said, as compared to just Perfect Power Wash. There's no face to a name there. You could get John, you could get Jack, it doesn't matter, right? You could get whoever it is. But that's the important thing. I think that's something we need to experiment with too, and that might just come more from posting content or creating content. I'm not sure if I think ads and the videos that we're doing will definitely help. But if we want to build up even more of that celebrity status, I think it should just be, posting content and developing like your Facebook page, like you almost said, right? I love YouTube. Um, yeah, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. The only caveat with that is measuring the results on that will be a little harder. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I think YouTube is the best. But if you're trying to measure the results on that, that's where it gets kind of tricky, right? Because YouTube is more of a global platform. But if you're doing it just for the celebrity status and to build the brand and make yourself seem like, yeah, man, you're messing with the real deal here. You're messing with Rubber City Power Wash, the big guys. You know, that's what YouTube is for. It's to build the authority almost. and obviously you will get some leads through the door as well. Yeah. Nah, you have to. Yeah. Yeah. So are you talking just about, like what would be required to get started? Like, yeah. So essentially, my pitch is this. Essentially, everything we've just spent the last almost hour talking about, right? When I went through that board and kind of all the considerations that you mentioned, I want to do all of that for you for free. Besides, as long as you would just cover the costs of one advertising on Facebook and then the actual cost to just set up. So like just the 97 Go High Level cost and then like the $40 cost to get a phone number up and running for Go High Level. And like I said, those you've used Go High Level before in the past. The 97 is legit just for Go High Level, and the 40 is just to get the phone number that we can actually text on. And then yeah, I just want to do it for free, get experience, case studies like you said, and then obviously you would pay for the ads, and we'd get everything that we kind of just mentioned through done. Right. So obviously, right, out of this deal specifically right here, I wouldn't be getting any monetary value. But what I am getting is that experience and testimonial value so that in the future, when I get you amazing results or I do my best to get there and I do get them for you, in 2 or 3 months, when we see good results, I'm obviously going to come back to you and I'm going to say, hey, obviously I can't keep doing this for free for you forever and ever, right? And then we're going to have that conversation and we're going to determine how we can continue so that I'm able to scale up my business while still helping you. And then with other people, I'd obviously be able to say, hey, look what I did for one of my clients or one of my customers here. Is it cool if I show you how I did that? And then obviously I would make money with them. Yeah. Um, like, yeah, I mean, that's the dream, right? So, I do a lot of things. I do trading, I day trade. I'm about to turn profitable. I'm right on that cusp of it. I do this, and then I do the copywriting as well. But my goals is really just, um, I don't want to get stuck in a job where I feel like I don't really like it. So I would rather, I'd rather put in a ton of work now, even if it's more than like, a 40-hour work week that I might normally spend at a job. That might even pay me more. But if I'm able to put in that work now, spend time learning a skill that's invaluable, it's like a skill like sales, which is, so scalable and is probably one of the most valuable skills in the world. I'll be able to get to, 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month just from helping people I know. And, I might never have to go to college. Maybe I'll just do this full time. I'd be able to help out my parents and I'd be able to create a life where I'm like, I'm in control. And I feel proud of what I've built, knowing that I took a risk and I was able to build something rather than just playing it safe the whole time and thinking, all right, when I'm 50, great. I played it safe, but what I really get out of it, anybody could have done it. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're getting a degree that really needs it, right? I don't think it's worth it, you know. Like I agree with you. I feel like we're very much alike in the way we think, and I also want to quickly mention, I feel like you're one of the most tech savvy people I've met, especially like your age, like way more than anybody else. So I was super shocked when I heard that, but I agree with you. I don't. I think college is useful if you're going to get a job that requires there is going to teach you the knowledge. But you know, if you're just going there because of why not, I don't see the point, right? So obviously, I don't have that life experience yet to go and say yes or no. But based off what other people have said, I feel like that's the case. Yeah, I mean, cause I take a class in my school called DECA. Have you heard of DECA before? So it's essentially like a business class, and it's supposed to teach you about marketing and all these other things, right? And you know, I'm in the class, and obviously I have a lot more experience than 99% of the kids in there, right? Because like I'm actually going on sales calls, I'm actually doing marketing for people, right? So I'm not saying that with an ego, but I'm saying that with like factually, the stuff that they're teaching in those classes is very, very surface level, and it's not up to date at all. You know, like it's all just theory and concepts, but like there's no real examples on how you can learn to do it yourself, right? And I think that's where the problem is with that. You know, it's a lot of theory, and like they'll teach you all these vocabulary terms like this is a target market, this is, you know, a customer profile, this is this and this is that. But how do you actually go and use that knowledge? How do you actually put it into action? I think that's what a lot of stuff is lacking today. Yeah. Right, because yeah, and like the funny thing is, right, this class is actually it is a voluntary class. Like you're not forced to take this class actually. It is a voluntary class. So I think it sucks because some people do want to learn about business in that class. Obviously, there's some people, you know, who just want to have it on there because it's on my resume. Now I get to go to college and say I had it. But there's some people who want to learn about business there. But I feel like it's almost a little bit doing them a disservice because it's not actually teaching them business stuff. It's so surface level, you know, you don't really get anything out of it. Yeah, a theory of theory. Yeah. So I'm assuming, we're good to move forward. Is that a positive sign? Yeah. 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 Uncertainty. It's not an essential industry, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the next steps would be we just schedule another call. And in that call, I'm gonna add you to Go High Level. And I'm gonna basically just get like connect your Google account, connect your Facebook account, and connect all the other stuff that we need. Get that set up with you, see what you want to do, and then from there it's just gonna be me doing a bunch of techie stuff, getting everything set up, and then I'll just like maybe call. I have like most stuff. So like I said I worked with another offer. I worked with other clients, so I have their stuff set up already, and it's a little bit different. So I'm just gonna kind of base it off of that, kind of move it over, shift it around to match pressure watching, and basically, all the custom values, variables, Facebook connecting to Go High Level, all that stuff. I'm gonna work that on the back end, and then, I'll call you up one day, or I'll shoot you a message and be like, hey, we're good to go, or like, hey, I might need some photos, messages, or like videos, something like that, and then we're good, and then we can just go ahead and start. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best, honestly. Gutter cleaning, pressure washing, they go hand in hand. The ads can kind of be worked interchangeably as well, right? Like the flows aren't going to be too different, you're just going to have to change the videos a little bit. But gutter cleaning, it's I like it. I think we can just basically do the same thing, but just kind of switch around the names and stuff. Um, but yeah, I think if we went with gutter cleaning, it would work great. And just so I can get a little insight too, I'm gonna assume that gutter cleaning and pressure washing is obviously gonna stop or get very very slow as the months like get into snowing seasons, right? Does gutter cleaning, yeah, does gutter cleaning happen at all during that season? Yeah, yeah. No, you're not. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah, we can do that. I think our meeting might end in a second, but let's just join back. And, holy guys, this is a long flippin' meeting, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna upload this whole flipping thing. Oh my God. VJ, I love you, man. Yeah. One thing that you did mention is, if we want to run ads during the winter, one thing we could experiment with, this is totally experimental. It just popped up in my head. Um, we could do like some sort of pre-booking or pre-ordering or something like that, and give people a discount for doing it earlier, right? Because
Absolutely.
March is gonna be a slower season than the middle of summer, right?
Well, no, 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 no. So, assumptions, I'm just kind of letting information
Yeah,
especially
please.
in seasonal areas like us. So the main guy that I mean, this dude's a beast. He's older than me, and he does like 7 other jobs a year by himself. He's got his like college age kids that'll help him when they're available. But he's a beast. They actually call him the Red Foot Darkness, which is pretty funny. But he's like in his sixth. This is his sixth season, so he's obviously got a larger client base. But he started in the beginning that in the off season he would start pre-booking for the beginning of the season, and the beginning of the season is the most expensive time for the homeowners to get their jobs done.
Okay.
And it's yeah, so like I said, I mean, you would think, I mean, you're in the middle of summer, July is the middle of the summer, but from July until mid to late August is actually the slowest part of our wash season, like business wise. People are going on vacation, a lot of people have already gotten their stuff done. Um, you know, so I ended up doing a job on like July 2nd. These people waited until the very end. The dude was taking a week long vacation. He's trying to get his backyard done. They got a concrete slab poured. He's building a deck around his pool. They wanted to get their house on all of this for July 4th. And unfortunately, it rained like all day on July 4th. I felt bad for them, but they were the non-typicals. Like everybody else is like usually trying to get ready to get ready. Like I said, for the backyard graduation parties, the Memorial Day picnic, parties at their house or whatever. This is all early season stuff. So us running ads definitely makes sense, and like doing a pre-booking discount for the season. As far as they're concerned, makes perfect sense because if they get on the schedule early, they will get a discount. If they wait, it's the whole supply and demand,
Yeah.
right? Demand is going to be so high at that time. Most people don't want to wait till the end of the year to get that green stuff off of the side of their house. They want it so they done so they can enjoy their property, having friends and family over, throughout the whole summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think that makes sense too. Thanks for letting me know that as well.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I think we're just about done here. So if we
Okay.
want to wrap up and want to move forward, next thing we got to do is just kind of schedule a time to go forward. Does
Okay.
does next weekend work for you?
Yeah, it works. Like I said, anytime basically, say like during the week, 6 o'clock. You know, because I may be in Pittsburgh, and we stop working at 3:30. By the time I get home, 5:30. Yada yada, whatever. 6 o'clock is a safe time. We could do it anytime during the week, or we can do it on the weekend.
Okay, in that case, um, let's try. Um, I'm just trying to mentally think about because I know I have some school stuff as well on Monday and Tuesday, so I'm just trying to mentally think what might be the best day to do this so we can get up and running quickly.
Well,
Um,
why don't you do this? I'm open. Like I said, my phone's not ringing,
okay.
and as the saying goes, the silence is deafening. Okay, I'm getting irritated by it. So like the sooner we can move forward and just let's try, let's see what we can do. So if you want to think about it, look at your schedule and then just shoot me a text and then I'll just throw it on my calendar.
Okay.
You're the main priority.
Alrighty. So I think Wednesday probably will work the best, but I'll double check my calendar and I will let you know. Does that sound alright?
Okay, sounds perfect.
Alrighty, cool. Thank you so much for hopping on with me today, Brian. Luckily,
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
I got to know a lot about you. I hope I gave you some value. Hope I wasn't too repetitive because I didn't even
Oh,
know you were that
yeah.
experienced either.
No. I let you go because I needed to know what you knew. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so it helps me because I do have a background in these things. So no, you proved that you were real, and you proved your value. You have age working against you, um, to a degree. You know what I mean? But I've
Yeah.
been there. I remember being a young man, and I don't think, although I got my beard is all grown out, nobody ever believes I'm the age that I am, which is great now. But when I was a young man, it was a detriment. I was 21 years old, and I looked like I was 14. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what it's like to not have at least other grown men not take you serious. But I want to give you the benefit of the doubt and see where you were coming from, and you proved your value. You're legit. So let's move forward and see what we can do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I appreciate you, giving me that chance. I think what you're saying is true as well. All right, like a lot of people might just think, oh, he's only 16, so what does he really know? But I appreciate you giving me the chance. So I will go ahead and I will just check my schedule, make sure all the stuff is good, and I'll text you as soon as I get the chance to verify everything. And I think the best thing we're looking at is mostly going to be Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
No
you
worries.
just curious? So you said 6 o'clock and on. Are you also open at like around 7ish or like 7:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to get in bed. I say that like jokingly because haha, like it never really happens. But I try to be asleep by like 10:30, just
Okay.
because I have to wake up so early. But anytime, I was just saying 6 o'clock because what if I get stuck in traffic coming home? I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to plan it before 6 o'clock. But yeah, we can do it any time in the evening.
Okay. All right. So maybe even Tuesday. I will check Tuesday as well. Um,
Okay.
but I don't think it'll be Monday. But definitely Tuesday or Wednesday we're gonna get this done, up and running.
All right. Sounds good. You have a
Alrighty.
good night. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. You too. Thank you so much,
All
Brian.
right.
Bye bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Holy boys, we got him. We got him. Hold up. Wait. Wait. Oh shoot. Hold up. My camera. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me whip out the zoom. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up, boys. Hold up. Let's let's go. I'm so black. Oh my god. Okay, wait. I didn't say that. All right. Oh, fudge my leg. Ah. All right. Hold up, boys. Hold up. VJ, if you're watching this, I love you, man. Mwah. Um, uh, in 10 years, when I become super rich and famous, I'll remember you. And, good meeting. Let's go, boys. We got him. Okay, I'm going a little crazy. Sorry, guys. Bye bye. Have a good one.